Have you ever looked up at the night sky and wondered if we're truly alone? Well, they just found something in our solar system that shouldn't exist. And I can promise you, NASA isn't telling you the full story. Right now, as you're watching this, an object is flying through space near Jupiter, and it has scientists completely baffled. It's called 3I Atlas. And the reason you probably haven't heard about it is because every time researchers get close to understanding what it really is, the information gets buried. Press releases are delayed. Papers are held back. And the few scientists willing to talk, they're choosing their words very, very carefully. You see, 3I Atlas isn't behaving like anything we've ever seen before. It's not moving like a comet. It's not structured like an asteroid. And its trajectory, that's the part that's keeping astronomers up at night. Because when you run the numbers, when you trace back where this thing came from, you realize something terrifying. This object didn't originate from our solar system. It came from somewhere else. Somewhere far, far away. And it's moving in a way that suggests it might not be entirely natural. I've spent the last 3 months digging into everything I could find about 3I Atlas. Research papers, leaked documents, interviews with astronomers who would only speak on the condition of anonymity. And what I've found is disturbing. Not just because of what 3I Atlas might be, but because of how hard certain organizations are working to keep this quiet. So, in this video, I'm going to tell you everything they don't want you to know. And trust me, by the end of this, you're going to understand why they're so desperate to keep this a secret. Let's rewind to October 2024. The Atlas Survey telescope in Hawaii picks up a faint signal. Just a small blip on their radar. At first, nobody thinks much of it. Space is full of rocks, asteroids, comets, debris. They track thousands of objects every single month. This was supposed to be just another one. But then, something weird happened. As they continued to observe this object over the following weeks, they realized it wasn't following a normal orbit. Most objects in our solar system move in predictable, elliptical paths around the sun. They followed the laws of physics we've understood for centuries. But 3I Atlas, it was different. Its trajectory was hyperbolic. You know what that means. It means this thing was moving so fast that it wasn't bound by the sun's gravity. It was just passing through, a visitor from another star. Now, this isn't the first interstellar object we've detected. In 2017, we spotted Oumuamua, that weird, cigar-shaped thing that sparked all kinds of debate about whether it was natural or artificial. Then, in 2019, we found 2I Borisov, a more normal-looking interstellar comet. So finding these objects isn't impossible. It's rare, but it happens. But 3I Atlas is different from both of them. And that's where things get really interesting. The first red flag was its brightness. When astronomers track objects, they measure how much light it reflects. This tells them about its size, its composition, and its surface. 3I Atlas was bright, way brighter than it should have been for an object of its size. And its brightness was fluctuating in a pattern that didn't match any known natural phenomenon. Comets get bright because they have tails. As they get close to the sun, ice on their surface vaporizes, creating that iconic, glowing tail. But 3I Atlas didn't have a normal tail. There was some kind of emission coming off of it, but the data showed unusual chemical signatures, things that just shouldn't be there if this was a regular chunk of ice and rock. Then there was the rotation. Every object in space rotates, but 3I Atlas was rotating in a way that seemed almost controlled. The period was too stable, too regular. When you see rotation that consistent, it usually means the object has an internal structure that's stabilizing it. Natural objects are irregular. They wobble. They change speed. But this thing, it was spinning like clockwork. So, astronomers started running simulations, tracing its trajectory backwards to figure out where it came from. What they found was shocking. 3I Atlas didn't come from any nearby star system. Its origin point was somewhere in the direction of the constellation Pisces. But here is the problem. There is no known star system in that region that could have ejected an object with this much velocity. For 3I Atlas to be moving this fast, it would have needed a launch from something incredibly powerful, something we don't understand. Some scientists proposed a planetary collision. It's possible, but the odds of that energy, combined with a precise trajectory to bring it right through our solar system, we're talking billions to one. Others suggested a supernova, a stellar explosion, but supernova remnants have specific characteristics. They're hot, radioactive, and emit certain types of radiation. 3I Atlas doesn't match that profile. And then there's the third theory, the one nobody wants to talk about publicly, but everyone is thinking about privately. What if 3IA Atlas isn't natural at all? What if it's artificial? I know, that sounds like a crazy conspiracy theory, but hear me out. Because there are credentialed researchers with PhDs and decades of experience who are genuinely considering this possibility, and they have good reasons. Remember Oumuamua, after it passed through our solar system, it accelerated. Objects don't just speed up for no reason. With comets, this comes from outgassing. But Oumuamua showed no signs of no tail, no debris. So, what caused it? A Harvard professor, Avi Loeb, suggested it might be a light sail-thin, reflective structure pushed by sunlight. He got a lot of criticism, but to this day, no one has provided a natural explanation that fits all the data. And now we have 3I Atlas, an object that's even stranger, with characteristics even harder to explain. And the scientific community is being very, very quiet. I reached out to several astronomers tracking it. Most refused to comment. One who spoke anonymously told me, and I'm quoting here, "We're seeing things that don't fit our models. There's been a push to limit public communication." Another said, "There are conversations happening at levels above my clearance." That should tell you something. Since when does looking at space rocks require security clearances? Unless, of course, someone thinks this isn't just a rock. Unless there's a concern that we might be looking at something created by an intelligence, by something not human. Think about the implications. If it's artificial, it proves we are not alone. It means there are other civilizations out there capable of interstellar travel. That's world-changing information. The kind of information that gets managed, controlled, and released very, very carefully. And here's where it gets even weirder. In December 2024, a major press conference about interstellar objects was scheduled. Then, 3 days before, it was cancelled. The official reason: technical difficulties. But sources said they were told the information wasn't ready to be shared. What information? I started digging into the research papers on 3I Atlas. There aren't many, and they are surprisingly vague. They describe its properties but draw no real conclusions. It's all very carefully worded. But then I found something. A preprint paper, uploaded to an archive, and then quickly taken down. I managed to get a copy before it disappeared. In that paper, researchers analyzed the object's thermal emissions. They found it was warmer than it should have been based on its distance from the sun. This suggests an internal heat source, and there are only a few things that cause that. Radioactive decay, chemical reactions, or technology. The paper didn't explicitly say it was technology, but the data they presented was consistent with that possibility. And then the paper vanished. When I tried to contact the authors, 2 had left their institutions. The third replied to my email with a single sentence: "I can't discuss this topic. Please, don't contact me again." What is being hidden about 3I Atlas? And more importantly, why? Let me know your theories in the comments below. And if you want to stay on top of stories that others want to keep buried, make sure to like this video and subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have you heard of 3I Atlas? It's an interstellar object currently passing through our solar system, and it is behaving very, very strangely. So strangely, in fact, that it's making a lot of people nervous, and the story behind it is even stranger. Normally, when scientists discover something new and exciting, they can't wait to tell everyone. They publish papers, give talks, and get into heated debates. That's how science works. It's all about open discussion. But with 3I Atlas, it's different. Whenever a significant paper is about to be published, it gets retracted. Discussions are shut down. Scientists go silent. That's not normal. That's a red flag. Let's look at the facts. Wiki-No-3 Atlas is from outside our solar system because of its trajectory. We know it has bizarre brightness fluctuations, and it's rotating with a suspicious regularity. It's also emitting heat. It can't be explained by the sun alone. And here is the kicker. WQ won't trace its origin to any known star or cosmic event. Each one of these facts is weird on its own. Put them all together, and you get a mystery that demands an explanation. Now, am I saying it's aliens? Not necessarily. I'm not jumping to conclusions and calling it a spaceship. But what I am saying is that there is a mountain of strange data here that warrants a serious, transparent investigation. The problem is, while the investigation is happening, it's happening behind closed doors, away from public view. And that should worry you, because this isn't just about some weird space rock. This is about our right to know what's happening in our own cosmic backyard. Think about it. There's a set of rules called the Sethi Post-Detection Protocol. It was created by scientists to guide our response. If we ever receive a signal from an extraterrestrial intelligence, a key principle of that protocol is immediate and total transparency with the global community. No secrets, no cover-ups. But here's the loophole. That protocol only applies to radio signals. There are no rules for what to do if we find a physical object, an artifact from another civilization. So, if Thrace Atlas is artificial, no one is obligated to tell us anything. And maybe that's exactly what's happening. Maybe the evidence points to this object not being natural, and governments and agencies are scrambling, trying to figure out what to do. Do they announce it and risk global panic? Do they wait for more data? Do they bring in the military? These are not easy questions, and the answers could change our world forever. We've seen this before. Remember when the Pentagon finally admitted that UAPs, or UFOs, are real? For decades, witnesses were mocked and dismissed. Then, suddenly, the government released official footage and confirmed they've been tracking these unknown objects for years. That was a massive shift, but it still left us with more questions than answers. We don't know what they are, where they're from, or, most importantly, if the people in charge know more than they're letting on. The same pattern of secrecy could be playing out right now with 3i Atlas. There's a chilling concept called the Great Filter. It's a theory that tries to explain why the universe seems so empty. It suggests there's some kind of massive barrier that prevents civilizations from becoming interstellar. Maybe they destroy themselves, or maybe something else stops them. A darker version of this is the dark forest theory. It pictures the universe as a silent, dark forest where every civilization is a hunter in hiding. If you make a sound, if you reveal your location, you become a target. So everyone stays quiet. Now, consider 3i Atlas. If it's an artificial probe, what is its purpose? Is it a harmless scout? A warning, or something more threatening? If our leaders even suspect it might be a threat, would they tell us? History suggests they wouldn't. During the Cold War, we came dangerously close to nuclear annihilation multiple times, and the public was kept completely in the dark for decades to prevent mass panic. The same logic could easily be applied here. But the most disturbing part of this whole affair is the silence from the scientific community. These are people who have dedicated their lives to uncovering the secrets of the cosmos. They live for discovery. Yet on the subject of 3i Atlas, there's a tangible tension, a reluctance to speak freely. When scientists are afraid to talk about their own research, you know something is deeply wrong. It feels like they're walking on eggshells, as if they know something they're not allowed to say. Perhaps the real secret isn't what 3i Atlas is, but the consequences for those who talk about it. When national security gets involved, science is no longer about pure discovery. It becomes a tool, and information becomes classified. Researchers are silenced, and the pursuit of truth takes a backseat to politics. Right now, 3i Atlas is heading back towards interstellar space. In a few years, it'll be too distant for our telescopes to track. We will lose it forever. And if we don't get answers before then, the truth may be lost with it. But I have a feeling they already know. I think the conclusions have been drawn, and someone has decided that we, the public, can't handle the truth. Maybe they're right, or maybe they are profoundly wrong. Maybe we are stronger and more resilient than they think. Maybe the real danger isn't finding out we're not alone, but being forced to live a lie, kept ignorant about the single most important discovery in human history. This opportunity to learn the truth is slipping away. That's why I'm making this video, not because I have the answers, but because the questions need to be asked, loudly and persistently. We deserve to know that something profoundly strange is happening right now in our solar system. Maybe there's a simple, natural explanation for all of this. But I don't think so. I think we are on the verge of a turning point in human history, and those in power are trying to control the narrative. So, keep your eyes open. Keep asking questions. Demand transparency. Because the truth is out there, and they can't hide it forever. If you want to follow this story as it develops, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching.